Coming up on Juice and Java, the Orange win big. We'll break down SU's takedown of the Clemson Tigers.
Student Association Vice President Angie Patty tells us how to prioritize mental health.
And we'll talk about the latest SU football win against Clemson, updates on the Harvey Weinstein scandal, and the wildfires occurring in Northern California.
All that and more coming up.
Good morning, I'm Rebecca Castor.
And I'm Noah Eagle.
Thanks for starting your morning with us. Let's start the show with the squeeze. David versus Goliath. How about Syracuse taking down Clemson? The Orange isn't just the talk of the town. After a 27-24 win against the Tigers, SU has also captured attention and admiration from the college football fans all over the country. Syracuse outlasted Clemson thanks to 3 touchdowns from Eric Dungy and a stellar performance from SU's defense. The Tigers are the defending national champions and were largely expected to head back to the college football playoffs this season. A crowd of over 40,000 witnessed the upsets, and students made sure to rush the field and celebrate long into the night.
Incredible win. Incredible win for Syracuse. This is a program-changing win and something that I don't think anybody expected coming into it.
I definitely did not expect it. I am so excited about it. I wish I would have gone to the game. I was expecting just a huge blowout, like Clemson was just going to wipe us out. So I should have gone to the game. I wish I would have been able to rush the field.
I mean, last year, 54-0 was the final score between these two teams. Clemson beat Syracuse 54-0, and then they come back this year and win it by 3. It's going to be a huge jump in recruiting as well. You can expect Syracuse to probably get a couple more 4-star recruits, a lot more better athletes. It's going to be exciting for Syracuse football moving forward.
Yeah,
for sure.
Orange is definitely the new fast.
Oh, wow. I can't believe you actually just went with that right there. But I still am excited regardless of that, Rebecca. Parents' Weekend is in full swing here at Syracuse. Yesterday's football game against Clemson kicked off the festivities, and colleges hosted breakfast receptions and will provide different activities throughout the weekend. The School of Visual and Performing Arts will host various concerts and performances. Different student groups will have their own events, including an a cappella show and choir presentations. Additionally, several athletic programs will host games and receptions with current and returning members and their families.
So, Noah, are your parents here in town for Parents' Weekend?
My mom is here. My sister's actually a freshman here, so we're excited to get the whole gang back together. My parents actually both went here. They met here.
Very cool.
I bleed orange in and out. Family weekend, that is just, it should be called Noah Eagle Weekend, honestly, in my opinion, yeah, but we'll see if we can get that changed.
So what are some things you guys are going to do this weekend?
I mean, always have to go to the mall, have to update the wardrobe. I mean, that's a Noah Eagle staple on Noah Eagle Weekend. And then we're just going to have a good time, kind of chill out and relax a little bit.
Good. I hope
what about
you have a great weekend with your family. My parents are unfortunately not here, but I'm happy your parents are here.
Thank you. Thank you.
In national news, more updates on the Harvey Weinstein case. A growing number of women are speaking out and accusing the film executive of sexually harassing or assaulting them. The New York Times broke the story on October 5th, but since then the allegations have expanded to include more people as well as accusations of rape. Some of the actresses accusing Weinstein of harassment include Angelina Jolie, Gwyneth Paltrow, and Ashley Judd. A spokesperson for the executive said any allegations of non-consensual sex are denied by Mr. Weinstein. Both the U.S. and UK are investigating the sexual assault allegations, and Weinstein has been fired from his former company.
Now, before anything else here, I will say this, this has probably been going on for a long time, at least the reports have said that. With that being said, I think it does show progress that women are willing to come out and speak out against such a large figure like Harvey Weinstein.
And I think it really says something, all it takes is one A-list celebrity to come out and say something, so then more people are just coming out of the woodwork saying that they did experience these things. But sometimes they just don't have the status to say something like that.
Yeah, you want to talk about status? How about someone else that's been speaking out against sexual assault? Terry Crews. If Terry Crews isn't safe from sexual assault, I really don't know who is at this point.
Yeah, so. I don't know what's going on in Hollywood these days. But.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Elsewhere in California, firefighters continue to battle more than 20 wildfires. Almost 200,000 acres have now been burnt, and thousands of homes and businesses have been destroyed. People have been forced from their homes, often in a matter of minutes, leaving everything behind. The death toll of Northern California wildfires has reached 31, and hundreds more are missing. Officials expect the death toll to rise as rescue efforts continue, and more help may be on the way soon. Congress is working on a bill allowing for more FEMA funding to help with hurricane and wildfire relief.
Yeah, all eyes will definitely be on California today, as unfortunately they're going to have winds up to 40 to 50 miles per hour. So I'm curious how the firefighters are going to be able to work on containing the fires today.
Well, you can't expect it to be good today, which is a shame. And I've never been around a wildfire, but it's absolutely crazy how in the middle of the night, out of nowhere, you could be sleeping and you're going to have to be,
and
evacuate
that's exactly
your home.
what happened. The flames started overnight.
It's crazy. And in California, we know it's so dangerous because the rain is so rare there that we just don't know when this is going to end. So,
yeah, there's no
thoughts and
rain
prayers.
this weekend.
Thoughts and prayers to anybody from California. If you have families from there, we hope everyone is safe and sound.
In other news, the Boy Scouts of America announced on Wednesday that they will soon start admitting girls. Regional Boy Scout packs will have 3 new options to choose from. They can introduce girls to their existing group, create a separate girls group, or continue to be an all-boys pack. Girls will be allowed to become Cub Scouts and eventually earn the prestigious Eagle Scout rank, which is the organization's highest honor. Boy Scout Chief Executive Michael Subaugh said that the Boy Scouts believe it is a critical change for the organization. The Scouting Board of Directors voted unanimously on this decision. They say the move reflects the changing nature of American life.
This is an interesting story. Again, more girls empowering them. I was never a Boy Scout personally. I don't know if you can tell from this right here. I was never build the fire type of guy. But with that being said, I am glad to see that the Boy Scouts are branching out a little bit.
Yeah, well, the Girl Scouts group is actually against this. They spoke out and said, that this is kind of a hit to them. Like, why is the Girl Scouts Organization of America not good enough?
I guess not. I mean, I think it's really for those girls who want to get down and dirty with the Boy Scout activity. The Girl Scout, it seems almost more like a philanthropy. Again, I'm not well versed, so if I'm wrong, please excuse me, but I think it's a good move for both parties here, personally. On Monday, SU recognized Columbus Day as Indigenous Peoples Day for the 2nd year in a row. The university changed the holiday to honor the Native Americans who lived in the country before Christopher Columbus's arrival. The Native Student Program in the Office of Multicultural Affairs hosted celebrations on the Einhorn Family Walk, and after the school-sponsored event, some students joined Columbus Day protests in downtown Syracuse. Demonstrators want the city to follow the school's footsteps in changing the name of Columbus Day. School districts were supposed to vote on the decision last week, but the judgment is postponed until the spring of 2018. There are currently 5 states in the U.S. that do not recognize Columbus Day as a national holiday.
I definitely think this is a good move for SU. We're in Onondaga County. We have Native American land in our county, so I think it's respectful, to those people.
Exactly, but here's what I'll say. It was a great move for it to be called Indigenous Peoples Day, but students didn't get the day off.
I know, I still wish we'd get that day off.
So it's great that they named it, but if they want to go all out and really show that they care, then why not give students, faculty, everybody the day off from school,
No,
et
I
cetera.
completely agree with you. I mean, we get Martin Luther King Jr. Day off. I don't see what the deal is with one extra day.
Yeah, I don't really see the difference between the two, and if you want to respect all cultures, then you might as well go all in on it. So
I agree with you. After the break, SA Vice President Angie Patty is in studio.
We'll learn how you can continue the conversation of the importance of mental health.
Stay with us.
This is the story of a boy who didn't talk for a long time. The boy liked things to always be the same. Any changes would scare and upset him. The unknown was an unfriendly place. The boy was very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where they couldn't get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. He wasn't trying to be mean, it just made him feel uncomfortable. Sometimes he would flap his arms again and again.
One day, I found out I had something called autism. My family got me help. Slowly, I found my voice and learned all the ways I could live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
They told me a bottle couldn't dream. That I would never become a superhero. But I learned how to fly. just to come back in a new disguise and be the hero that I've always wanted to be.
Got a quarter?
Welcome back to Juice and Java.
Angie Patty is here with us to share how to keep mental health awareness alive beyond SU's Mental Health Awareness Week. Angie, how you doing? Thanks for joining us.
Oh, I'm doing wonderful. Thanks for having me.
Wonderful. So can you describe to us why the university wanted to put on a week of events, to show mental health awareness, et cetera, all that jazz?
Yeah, absolutely. So Mental Health Awareness Week started last year by Joyce Lalonde, our queen, who was vice president of Student Association last year. And she basically walked into the Office of Health Promotion. She was like, we need to do more about mental health. And it's been really awesome to kind of follow in her footsteps because she did so much for mental health last year. I'm a neuroscience and psychology major, so I'm definitely passionate about it as well. And so last year it started as a student association initiative and then also brought in a lot of wonderful partners. This year what we wanted to do was make it even bigger, make it even better. I mean, it's only the second year that we've ever done it, but Student Association has made it a permanent initiative, so we're going to be working on it as after I graduate, after Joyce graduates, someone's going to be working on it and working on mental health. So Student Association, Active Minds at SU, NAMI at SU, the Counseling Center, the Office of Health Promotion, Hendricks Chapel, the Disability Cultural Center, and Delta Kappa Alpha, we all kind of came together to put this week because it's something that affects virtually everyone. If it doesn't affect you, it affects someone you know, someone you're friends with, or something of the sort. And so when looking at student association initiatives and when we are supposed to be advocating for our peers and being the representation of the student body, you really want to be hitting those issues that are affecting students and that are affecting the well-being of our students in every way, which is mental health.
So there's been a lot of focus on trying to make this week fun. So how did you guys accomplish that this year?
Yeah, it was awesome. So on Monday we did our kickoff event and we put inflatables on the quad and we had a dunk tank and there was like obstacle courses and like you could like joust with people. I jousted with James Franco. And we also gave out free t-shirts on Monday. And that was our kickoff event. The reason we wanted to do that is because we wanted to focus on the enjoyable nature of mental health for the kickoff event. So talking about mental health does not always have to be in a crisis mode. Sometimes, and a lot of times it does have to be. It's a very difficult thing to work on. But you can also, like me talking to you right now, I'm having a great time. Like I'm working on my mental health, things like that. Yeah. Of course. But those type of things we really wanted to focus on. The Monday, the kickoff event was also really cool because it was also Shackathon. So we were also talking about inequity in mental health as well. And then throughout the week, we had events like that, like giving out t-shirts. On Thursday, we did kind of like a self-care day, yoga, meditation, dogs, things of the sort, because we really did want to focus on the continued conversation of mental health being, you don't only have to think about it in that kind of way, but a lot of times you will have to. So those are some of the things that we did. They were also mixed in with really hard events and like sad events, very real events. On Wednesday, we did Send Silence Packing, which was sponsored by Active Minds, and that was 1,100 backpacks all across the quad that represented the number of college students who commit suicide every year. So we want to talk about all aspects of mental health, and every single day of the week had a different type of theme.
Yeah, Send Silence Packing was awesome, by the way. I saw that incredible display. As for other students, other than yourself, other than the people who are already involved, what resources, what initiatives should they be taking to get involved and to get this message across?
Yeah, I mean, I think there are specific resources, definitely, but also having conversations with your peers and having conversations with whoever that is you're closest to, and realizing and changing kind of the rhetoric around it is really important as well. Like, it's okay to not be okay. It's okay to be struggling. It's okay to be resilient. So I think that's important as well. But then also there are wonderful resources on this campus. So we have the Counseling Center, the Office of Student Assistance, we have Health Services, we have the Office of Health Promotion. They do a lot of really wonderful programs to work in kind of prevention so that you don't need to be in this crisis mode. Sometimes that's way easier said than done and a lot more idealistic, but we can work with all these things in tandem to work towards positive mental health. But I think first and foremost is just making sure that you're okay with not being okay and talking to your friends, kind of keeping tabs on who you care about, and knowing that it might seem like everyone has their act together, but they might be struggling, and that's completely and totally fine and human.
Yes, thanks Angie so much for coming
Thank
in
you
and
so
talking
much.
about this important issue. When we come back,
Juice and Java correspondent Elissa Candiotti will be in studio.
she'll tell us the best places to go apple picking and where to get spooked for Halloween.
Stay with us.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for information on how to provide even better care for the person who wants to care of you.
They said a bottle was just a bottle. That no one would ever notice me. But I knew I could be more. That one day, I would make people smile.
Welcome back to Juice and Java.
Noah, have you done any fun fall activities lately?
I really haven't yet. You know, I'm a big fall fan, but Elissa Candiotti is here to tell us what we should be doing in the Syracuse area this fall.
That's right. Slowly but surely, we're packing away our shorts and tank tops, but it's okay because I'm about to unpack a list of the 7 best things to do this fall in Syracuse. First, it's the biggest antique show of the season, and it's happening tomorrow, October 15th. The Autumn Antique Show in Syracuse kicks off at 10 a.m. Hundreds of shoppers across New York are heading to the State Fairgrounds for the biggest antique show of the season. Over 250 dealers have signed up for the event and are set to showcase collections from the past. The warm weather is fading away, but that also means the fall foliage is on the rise. So you know it's time for apple picking season. Syracuse's famous Abbott Farms is now open for family-friendly tours of their apple orchards, pumpkins, and crops, and even their farm animals. You can spend any Saturday or Sunday this fall apple picking with your friends and family. Weekend hours are Saturday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Sunday 11 to 6. And now on your car ride home, there's one more thing to pick up, of course, some pumpkins. Katie's Pumpkin Patches in Baldwinsville is just opening up for the season. It's their 20th year running, and they're continuing to bring in some of the largest crowds across central New York. The Pumpkin Patch is open Sundays 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Hay rides and a corn maze are also some must-see attractions there. Now time is ticking down for the downtown city market, but it will be open for only a few more weeks, so you got to check it out. Dozens of vendors line up at the outdoor market every year, and this year $500 will be donated to United for Puerto Rico. This will help provide aid and support to those affected by Hurricane Irma and Maria. Although that scene is soon closing down, another one is just getting ready. The Syracuse International Film Festival will kick off on Wednesday, October 18th. During the 5-day-long event, you can buy passes for films, receptions, and meet and greets. Films include feature fiction, documentary, animation, and shorts. If film's not your favorite, but animals are, then there's also an occasion for you that weekend. Zubu is kicking off this year on October 21st. The 4 different days you can trick-or-treat with animals at Rosman Gifford Zoo in Syracuse. Other activities include a fortune teller, a Monster Mash dance party, and warm cider with donuts. We're inching on closer to Halloween, and that means it's spooky season. The infamous 3 Nights of Horror at Turning Stone is set to begin this year on October 26th. The weekend-long event includes 5 clubs and $5,000 in contest prizes. Last year, more than 7,500 people showed up to the Turning Stone event, and it's expected to have even higher attendance this year. So don't let the cool weather get to you, because there's too many cool things to do here in Syracuse this fall. For Juice and Java, I'm Elissa Candiotti.
I actually went apple picking with my mom last week, and I can say it is definitely a must-do.
Really? What? Take me through your day, because
Okay,
I've never
okay.
been apple picking. So.
Well, you have to do it this season. No, you just have to. We went to Beacon Skiff Apple Orchard, actually, and it's just the cutest place. So many cute little shops, just the best apple products, pastries. Like we had apple cider donuts, apple pies, stuff like that. And then picking the apples, just, you can't go wrong with that.
I don't know, maybe you're gonna have to take me.
When we come back,
Juice and Java host Rebecca Thornburg will update us on how the warm weather in Syracuse affected the pumpkin patches.
stay with us.
Hey, Harv, what's this? That's my resignation letter. You're resigning. Why? Because you're constantly ignoring me. You're half as active as you used to be, and you eat stuff like this. You've been putting me under a lot of pressure lately. That's why I'm ready to quit. I forgot. I'll do better. Please, don't quit on me. Okay, but remember, it's not what you say. It's what you do.
Listen to your heart. Don't let it quit on you.
Let's go for a walk.
Uncontrolled high blood pressure could lead to a stroke, heart attack, or death. Get yours to a healthy range before it's too late.
Here we go. We're gonna go out there in the rain. You're gonna get wet. All right, here we go. Okay, quick. Oh yeah, yes. So much fun. Mwah. So wet.
It's a beautiful day out here. Sunny today with light breezes, giving way to clouds in the afternoon. We could see some light precipitation to moderate precipitation later on, followed by powerful storm-like conditions. 90 miles per hour winds are expected. Authorities are asking everyone, stay indoors. Come on, that's it. Let's go.
Welcome back to Juice and Java.
Oh, so from one Rebecca to another, we have Rebecca Thornburg here to tell us about her latest adventure at a local pumpkin patch.
Just 15 minutes away from campus lies the Pumpkin Hollow, filled with pumpkins all shapes and sizes to make the perfect jack-o'-lantern for the fall. Farmers say the abnormal hot days back in early September could have affected the harvest, but at Pumpkin Hollow, their workers are seasoned veterans.
Necessarily a lot of pumpkins, and that's based on the weather.
Jennifer Cox, the owner of Pumpkin Hollow in Onondaga County, opened up her pumpkin patch for its 18th season last weekend. After a very chilly and rainy summer, it hasn't been the best harvest for pumpkin growers in the area. Pumpkin Hollow employee Mary Rose Chunchi says the Cox family made sure they would be ready for the unpredictable weather during the harvest.
I think that they're better this year, but this year I think they look better. There's a lot more specialty pumpkins, and we were more well prepared, I think.
The Hollow has over 5 acres and 30 different kinds of pumpkins for customers to choose from. With the seasonality of the business, Cox has learned to not stress about trying to control the weather.
I think we'll be okay. We do have some nice big pumpkins that they were on the earlier fields, but the rest of the pumpkins are really just kind of smaller. I would have worried if we had enough. I think we planted so many acres that we might have dodged the bullet.
The prime time to harvest pumpkins are from the end of August to the end of September. With the fluctuations of weather patterns from cold to very hot in central New York, Cox says it did have an effect on the pumpkin's maturity.
It slowed down ripening. The damage was already done. But we do have some of our later fields that we got in really, really late, and we wondered, this hot weather is actually going to make them green up.
Pumpkin Hollow will be open daily from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. for the next 2 weeks until Halloween. The fall weather is finally here, so grab your pumpkins to make your dorm room or house festive for the season.
Thank you so much, Rebecca. And after the break,
Zach Parnes will give us the latest update on the mumps outbreak on the SU campus.
Stay tuned.
That was it.
Now we're here.
I hit my
Are we?
Yeah, we're here now, but am I out?
Ran out of battery?
No.
What?
There's one thing you can never have sex without.
It's not something you buy.
Or something you take.
In fact, there's only one way to get it.
It has to be given to you, freely.
It's consent.
Because sex without it isn't sex.
It's rape.
Consent.
If you don't get it, you don't get it. It's on us to stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Welcome back to Juice and Java.
Well, it's been a mumpy couple of weeks here at SU, and to inform and keep us safe, Zach Parnes is here with everything you need to know about the virus.
Thank you, Noah. Appreciate it. Guys, the mumps are here, and that Syracuse University is pretty weird. You know, there are less than 20,000 cases of mumps recorded yearly in the United States, and yet here on campus, there are already 13 confirmed cases, and some believe that number to be even higher. But just what exactly is the mumps? Well, these are the mumps. It's highly contagious, and it's a viral disease of the salivary glands. It's best known for puffing your cheeks up like a cute little hamster. But don't let that cuteness deceive you. This virus, it's no joke. Raging fevers, fatigue, and of course the swollen cheeks can plague you for up to a month if you contract the virus. And that's leaving New Yorkers more nervous than when those creepy mascots approach you in Times Square. Listen, I know this is not what Elmo looks like. I know because of copyright laws, you can't look exactly like Elmo, but come on, you can do better. I want a hug from this guy over the mumps. I digress. This disease, it's spreading, sneezing, coughing, sharing of drinks and food, and kissing. They're all popular ways to contract it. And that means you need to take steps to prevent it. But what can you do? Get the MMR vaccine, which not only keeps you safe against the mumps, it also protects against rubella and the measles. If you haven't gotten the shot, you should right away. Otherwise, normal hand washing and being a healthy human being should get you through the scare. But get a load of this. If the school gets 25 confirmed cases of the mumps, SU will close for 2 weeks. So hey, if you want a good vacation, go kiss everyone you see. The mumps sound like a great way to get 2 weeks off of school. Guys, it's a pretty crazy turn of events that's happened here.
Seriously, I've never seen Elmo in that light before. That's kind of scary.
Yeah, you know, I mean, it's pretty petrifying. I mean, who
Yeah.
thought that his eyes sort of pop out like that?
Yeah, one place Elmo wasn't was Castle Court last night.
No.
All of Syracuse was pretty much there. Is Health Services just having a panic attack?
Well, you know, obviously last night, you know, with everybody congregating together, that is the sort of atmosphere you want to avoid to begin with. Health Services has actually advised a lot of students not to really leave or go anywhere or interact with a ton of people simply because, you know, bodily fluids are out and about, whether it be sweat or saliva or anything, and they can transfer from one person to another relatively easily.
Absolutely.
So what are some of the first initial signs of the mumps?
Oh, God. I mean, there are just too many to count. But the first things that you'll probably notice are some fatigue and a fever, obviously, which just sounds like the common cold, which is the difficulty in identifying it. But pretty soon, you start to get that swelling like I was talking about in those cheek regions. And before you know it, you kind of look like a hamster. So there you have it.
Great. Very much. Thanks so much.
That's all for Juice and Java this morning.
Check us out online at CitrusTV.com and follow Citrus TV on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
I'm Rebecca Castor.
And I'm Noah Eagle.
See you next week.